Hey Bears fans, Will DeWitt, Nicholas Moreano here for CHGO, and we are making the case for prospects entering the 2023 NFL Draft for the Chicago Bears. Before we get to today's player, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because I don't want you to miss all of our great Bears coverage, not just during the offseason, but all season long. But let's go ahead and let's make the case for Lukas Van Ness, the edge player out of Iowa, 37 tackles, 10.5 for loss, 6 sacks last season, 12th on PFF's top 150, and 25th on mock draft database. I don't know what I'm doing talking here, Nick. You're the Iowa guy. You just tell me everything I need to know.
Yeah, Lukas Van Ness, there's a lot to like about a player like him, but the thing that stands out to me is that physicality and the motor that he showed consistently throughout some of these games that he played, and he's getting hit from multiple people at different areas, yet he still shows that consistency to go after the quarterback. And I really just like how that fits with what the Bears are trying to do. Again, the motor doesn't stop with a guy like this. And even if he doesn't have the most athleticism, he's still going after quarterbacks. And it doesn't matter if it's the first or fourth quarter. That's what I love about, some of these Iowa players. They need to show that when you play for the University of Iowa. But that makeup, I think, just speaks volumes as to what kind of player he really is.
Yeah, I put in my notes red hot motor, which does allow him to kind of overcome some of those technical deficiencies in his game as he continues to kind of refine those pass rush moves. But there's a lot that I like about him. First and foremost is his strength. He is a strong dude. I believe his biggest asset is the ability to convert speed into power that allows him to work through blocks. He has a good bull rush and a good long arm rush to kind of collapse the pocket, not just from the edges, but he has that versatility where he can bump inside and kind of do the same against some guards and some of those interior offensive linemen too.
Yeah, well, and again, it goes to the frame that he has at 6'5", 275 pounds. Yes, you can put him at the edge in a traditional 4-3 front, or you can move him inside and he can still be effective there. He does provide that versatility, and for a Bears defensive line that is far from that, he can fill a lot of positions. So it makes sense in terms of like what he's capable of doing. But even a player like this, and my bias out of the way, he does still need to work on some things here. One of the things that I have, he's not the most twitchy athlete. Right. Again, he does provide that power, but he doesn't have that superior bend around the edge to make up for, again, if the power doesn't work, he's not going to be able to do that right then and now. So that's one of the knocks that I have on him.
Okay, develop more as a pass rusher, get more pass rush moves. I feel like we say that for every edge player so far throughout the series, but it's true. So I want to make sure I do mention it. On top of that, I just think play recognition would really help him out because you mentioned he isn't the most athletic or twitchy guy. So how he can overcome that is being in the right position at the right time, which comes from the play recognition, which allow him to tap into his strength and just his power and make more plays.
No doubt about it. But we're going to make the case for a guy, especially an Iowa Hawkeye, and why this makes sense. Will you get a really, I think, still raw player at the position? Like you said, he needs to still work on some things, but he knows how to set the edge. Yep. He has the frame, and again, it's a defensive end, a position of need for the Bears, so it makes sense of what Eberflus would want to see out of this guy. And we mentioned that motor. I think that's going to click really well if he were to be drafted by the Chicago Bears, how he would fit in to this defense and what the expectations would be if he does get drafted here.
Yeah, and that motor allows him, just like the strength, to overcome some of those athletic limitations. And that hustle is something that, the Bears coaches would appreciate having on this team. He may not be the fastest, but by golly, he's one of the biggest. And on top of that, he has that red-hot motor. He's hustling down the field. I think he would make a lot of sense in the hits philosophy, and I think he would thrive in the Bears system. But that's going to do it for making the case here. We're going to go ahead and do some more of these videos. Make sure to give this one a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel that we don't miss any of our Bears content all year long. But we'll see you in the next one.